the Reverse Flash. For those who do not know him, he goes by the actual name of Eobard Thawne. He has taken over the body of Naofumi, playing on his emotions and taking over via his curse series. Eobard Thawne, other known as the Reverse Flash, is now on a rampage. A rampage not only throughout Melremark, but soon throughout many others. But how did this all start? It all started when the Flash, Naofumi Iwatani, lost control, and he couldn't maintain his composure anymore. He succumbed to his anger, and he let loose. And his face began to change, and his suit did with it. And every emotion within his body changed as well. The feeling of regret can be felt deep within Naofumi's chest. But with the takeover of Eobard Thawne, it no longer matters. Eobard killed the intruder from the wave. This may have seemed like a good thing, like a great thing. But soon after, Eobard went after the other heroes, pinning Motoyasu to the ground, sending his hand through him and ripping out his heart. Eobard smashed the heart in his hand and watched as the life of Motoyasu fleeted as quick as it came. Ren tried to fight back. So did Itsuki, but nothing was available. Every attack, every motion, every single thing was wasted. Naofumi, or at least Eobard, the Reverse Flash that was within the body of Naofumi Iwatani, begins basically sacrificing, killing, destroying Itsuki and also Ren, putting their lives to an end, leaving only one hero. But the only problem is, he's no longer a hero. Naofumi is gone, and there's one man that's left. Just as the finishing blow happens to the last of the heroes, he looks toward Naofumi's party. Naofumi's party is now who's in danger. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls Golden What If, whatever you want to call me. And I am back. I'm back with the final installment of Naofumi, the legendary speedster hero. And this episode, or this part, is called Reverse Flash. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, sub, and also comment down below any suggestions you have for the future. And that's about it. I'm not going to waste much more of your time, and let's just get right into it. Let's get it. The Reverse Flash looks at both Raphtalia and Sparky, and makes it very apparent that this will be their end. Sparky grabs Raphtalia and goes sprinting off as fast as possible, and Eobard kind of laughs at this as he removes his mask. Now that's interesting. Another speedster, but in the way of an animal. You've really outdone yourself, Flash. Very interesting. Eobard goes dashing off at full speeds to catch up with Sparky and Raphtalia, but it seems like they're hiding. They stopped their little super speed trail and are currently hiding within another cave and near another village. Eobard doesn't exactly know where they are, but frankly doesn't matter to him. He decides to dash off back toward the kingdom, and he stands right in front of the king in a matter of seconds. Who the hell are you? Get out of here. Why do you look so... You look like that Flash guy, but different. Don't compare me to him, 'cause I'm not him. I'm the reverse of him. Eobard then puts his mask on and begins to speak.
Now you will listen to me, Melremark King. I am going to be running this now. Every last bit of it. So whatever you have in mind, let it go. Everything you can possibly think about, let it go. Because if you don't, there's going to be serious repercussions.
The king is in complete and utter shock, staring at what's in front of him, and even tries to call Eobard Thawne's bluff. But that is just not the case. That is not what's going to happen. Eobard dashes off, grabs mine and brings her right back and phases his hand through her chest, but doesn't quite kill her. Not yet. says that if she even moves an inch, a centimeter, one little sliver, she'll die right now, unless the king wants to accept his requests, in which the king finally forces himself to do so, telling Eobard everything he possibly can basically know, learning about the church, learning about everything that the king and mine have been conspiring to do. He then takes off his mask and begins speaking once again. You know, I kind of feel bad for him. This Flash isn't really the Barry Allen I knew, but damn, you guys are cruel. And it's funny, you really think you can make deals with a bad guy? That's just wrong. Eobard then kills Mine, throwing her to the ground, and then dashes toward the king and kills him as well. Eobard wants everything. He wants a complete and utter takeover. He begins sprinting around the entirety of the country to find anybody he can possibly find. Anybody that is there with power, he wants to take it over. Kingdoms that are within the kingdom, or just, places within the kingdom, including Rabier's place, including anywhere else he can possibly think of. Every single portion of leadership, royalty, dies. Eobard kills them all. He wants every single little bit of power stripped away from them. He wants to make sure that he has the chance to control it all. Soon after, he finally comes face to face with the Pope. The Pope with his weapon pointed toward Eobard, but Eobard raises his hands. I have a deal for you. We could work together. You want all of this? You want to control everything? I can help you with that. Every single one of these countries can be yours. What do you think? Eobard then just stands there as the Pope is contemplating it. But he slips on his mask and he changes his mind. With one foul swoop, he kills the Pope and apologizes, saying that, he just wanted to catch the Pope off guard. He wasn't sure how strong this weapon was. He grabs the weapon and can feel the power within it. Now this is something. Eobard then takes that weapon and begins his assault on every last country. Not only does Eobard punish every single ruler using his speed forces, his power, his Curse series power, he also uses the weapon, powering it up via this reverse or this negative speed force. He begins to just obliterate country after country until he's confronted by a giant monster-like creature. It seems that this woman, this Filolial Queen, has finally approached him, in which he laughs about, saying that there is no chance that anybody can defeat him now. There is no chance that anybody in this world can stand a chance. But the Filolial Queen believes otherwise, and the gathering of multiple armies and herself begins to siege the Reverse Flash. The Reverse Flash begins to mow down the armies slowly but surely. The armies fall one after another, and during this climactic battle, the sky begins to change. The new threat is now right in front of them, and that is obvious. The threat of the Reverse Flash is overwhelming, so this wave isn't as important as defeating him, Eobard Thawne. During this wave though, they wouldn't have expected exactly what would occur. 2 more people there to be on their wayside for help. This odd looking hero, 2 of them in fact, one with a scythe and one with multiple gems, ready for their vengeance for their own Glass, someone that was there, part of their heroes, part of their world. They want their revenge on Eobard Thawne. Not only do they show up, but the 2 people that were part of Naofumi's party show up as well. Raftalia and Sparky arrive, Eobard begins to fight everybody, even defeating the mass majority of them. But it seems that the Fallolial Queen will definitely become a problem. Eobard begins to start losing ground slowly but surely. But nonetheless, he begins to fight as much as possible, beating down as many people as possible. When it comes down to the Fallolial Queen, Lark, Therese, Raftalia, and Sparky, that is where the main trouble lies. The main trouble that is in front of him is them. But when he starts fighting them, he realizes that he may be just outmatched slightly a bit, with the Fallolial Queen putting them just over the edge. Naofumi, the Flash within him, seems to not be there. But how can Naofumi truly come back to his own body? Their fight completely is taking over. All around them, stuff, things, everything is getting destroyed. Mountains, buildings, anything you can think of is going away. The countries have lost tons and tons and tons of people. Eobard Thawne is ruining everyone's day, making everybody fear the worst that is to come. What will happen if they defeat this Eobard Thawne person? What will happen right after the fact? Especially with the scythe and also the gem hero in front of them. They obviously cannot think about this at this moment, but still it is something that they're worried about. But just as they feel that they were about to get the upper hand, something drastic begins to happen. Eobard realizes that he's going to lose and begins to make time remnants of himself that begin to change the tide of the battle. And that tide of the battle begins to shift like crazy. And honestly, the Fallolial Queen is the only one that can power overwhelm Eobard Thawne at this moment. But slowly but surely, it seems as if the time remnants begin to fade away. And they even question what his plan is now. But just as Lark goes to strike his scythe into Eobard Thawne, Eobard opens his arms as if he was wanting him to attack. Eobard smiles as the color of the suit changes back to its original color. Naofumi's back in the body that Eobard once took over, and now Eobard gets his last laugh. The scythe penetrates through his chest, stabbing and obliterating into his heart, and Naofumi is now dead. Eobard personally does not care. And why would that be the case? Because those time remnants didn't disappear. They were just vibrating so fast that the naked eye could not recognize it. Tons of Eobard Thawnes begin killing every last one of them. The thing that they wanted just occurred. The Flash is now dead, and now there is nobody that can save them. But what they don't understand, or what he doesn't understand, is that the summoning of the other 4 heroes can now occur once again. All 4 heroes are now dead. The cycle will always repeat itself. So maybe, just maybe, there will soon be someone able to stop Eobard Thawne. But for now, that isn't the case. Raftalia falls. Sparky falls as well. Lark and Therese leave before they can be killed. Their job is done. They don't need to be there anymore. The Fallolial Queen fights the Eobard Thawnes off and more or less leaves with her life. And Eobard, or the Reverse Flash, has now taken over. A new and brand new fight has begun for this world. This world that was so out of whack. What are they supposed to do to save it? Well, it doesn't matter. Not to Eobard. Eobard now sees the error in his previous ways. He was thinking too small. One world isn't enough. How about multiple? Eobard begins to open up portals and begins running through the multiverse itself. And he even approaches the various worlds that are throughout time, throughout space, throughout the Shield Hero universe. But How will Eobard be able to handle everything that's to come? Will he now be a multiversal threat, taking over world after world? Well, that's a story for another day. So I hope y'all enjoyed this finale of What If Naofumi was the legendary Speedster hero. I know this was a little short. This was kind of my plan for this initially, and I'm not going to sit here and overlap and talk a bunch for no reason. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to draw this out. But yeah, this was my plan initially for this, and I just didn't think it would be that quick in terms of me narrating. So sorry about that it was really fast and only 15 something minutes. I apologize, but nonetheless, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.
I don't wanna waste what's left.